Welcome back to the Pursuit of Yappiness podcast.
Heyo.
I'm Daytona.
And I'm Michaela.
And this is a podcast where we yap.
And you listen.
Yep. Yeah. So,
here we are on day 2.5
of Snowmageddon.
Yeah.
We're having weather.
Yeah. And it's not just us, it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like,
it's
yeah,
crazy.
Normally it's like, oh, the Northeast, but no.
No, everywhere.
There's been 18 states, I think, that declared a state of emergency.
That's crazy.
And I was like, oh, is our state going to do it? And I looked up the list of all the states that had done it, and they were all in the South.
Oh.
They were all in the South because they don't know how to deal with it.
Right. I mean, their infrastructure, like systems are not
they
set
don't
in
have
place.
plows. They don't.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is kind of an emergency.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, even if you only get like 1 inch of snow, if there's nobody to clear it off the highway, people are going to be sliding around.
Yes, exactly.
Especially if they don't know how to drive in it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy out there. It's like there's like 2 feet of snow on the ground, and it's still snowing.
I know. We went for a walk earlier because we had to go move our cars and whatever, so we just parked them and then went for a stroll, and we did the cutesy heart in the snow photo trend, and it was very cute.
Yes.
My parents tried to do it. They could not. It was classic boomer takes a photo and like the heads are cut off or like whatever, except for it was like the corner of the heart was like in the blocking their faces. And then I sent my mom our photo and she was like, show off.
That's funny.
But anyway, yeah, when we were walking past like the part where it was shoveled out and plowed, and like people used not snowblowers on their driveway, so it was like a clean cut and you could see it was like 2 feet deep.
Yeah. It's crazy. Well, and the snowbanks are like 4 feet high.
Yeah. I haven't gone because it's been coming down for like 48 hours at this point. I haven't gone to like downtown areas at all, but I've seen like photos of businesses being like, we're open, come like,
I know.
Eat at our restaurant.
I'm like, why?
I'm like, yeah, just send your employees home. Nobody's
Truly.
On our way home from church yesterday, right when it started snowing at like noon, or maybe it started at like 11, but we were driving home at noon. We stopped at Chipotle to get bowls because we were like, we can eat half today and half tomorrow, and then we don't have to cook in case the power goes out.
Yes.
And I asked the woman at the Chipotle, I was like, when are you guys closing? Because it's only been snowing for an hour and it's already super slippery and dangerous out there. And she was like, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Chipotle is stupid.
It's not just them. It's like all chain businesses.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I was the general manager of this location, I'd be like, screw corporate, we're closing.
No, truly.
Like, these people are going to die if they try to drive home in this.
It's really annoying. Like, I've never understood that about like service jobs. People just be like, nope, we got to stay open.
Especially
and it's like,
when it's that bad, nobody is going to be going out to Chipotle.
It's like you're just wasting money, really, by
staying open,
having employees there. Yeah, no, it makes no sense whatsoever, and it pisses me off because I'm like, you're putting people's lives in danger.
Right.
Like,
I remember when I was a teenager, I worked at Domino's, and there was a huge snowstorm. This was like 12 years ago. There was a massive snowstorm that knocked out the power in like 3 towns.
Oof. Yeah.
For like a full days. I don't remember how many days it was, but it was a while. And for some reason, the building with the Domino's in it still had power. So we were slammed.
I'm sure, because
I was like 16. We were getting I remember there was a guy who was so mad at how long it was taking us to make his breadsticks that he like tried to climb over the counter.
Oh my gosh.
And like come get, it was a mob. I'm not even joking.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. One of my managers who was, let's just say she grew up in a rough part of town and was like not afraid to throw hands.
Good.
She almost called the cops on them because and I mean, I get it. Like, you need to feed your kids. You don't have power. Right. It's freezing. Everybody's stressed. But yeah, I was terrified.
It's no way to act. It's no way to act. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Like, what are we doing here?
You expect a 15-year-old to like, what? Stand up to you? I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That was the craziest, like, busy that I can remember ever being.
Yeah.
But anyway, all that to say, it's like, if that's the situation where you're the only ones who have power, you probably would make bank, but at what cost?
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We've just been staying inside. Mostly we've been cleaning because...
Oh, yeah. It's a good opportunity.
Lots of little house projects. And, like, we finally are like, okay, we have this box of stuff for when we moved in. It needs to get, like, broken down. Like, we need to figure out what to do.
Because that was, what, 4 months ago?
September.
5 months.
Yeah. So, it takes a while.
Yeah.
Unpacking the last box as well is, like, we haven't hung anything on our bedroom walls. Right. And so, like, I have this, like, wall hanging thing that normally is above our bed. And also, like, we put some, like, twinkle lights up there.
Twinkle lights.
And so I'm like, now when I read in bed, I can have some little twinkle fairy lights.
Love it.
And hung up some of our wedding photos. So yeah, it's good. And cleaning is good because we've been so busy. Like, our dining table has become just a place for things.
A drop zone.
Like, half of it we use for eating, and then the other half...
ours is the same way.
is for just, like, stuff.
Yeah. I recently had to clean it off when I put the shelf together because we moved it out of the kitchen so that I would have room. But most of the time, it's like that. The back half that's, like, towards the window that we don't access very often, it always has crap on it.
Yeah.
Usually my latest art project that I haven't cleaned up yet because I don't have any other space to do anything.
And you don't have kids who are gonna, like, get into it,
right?
So you're allowed to just leave it around.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing with all of my snowed in time, is just, like, rotating between my different craft projects.
Yep.
Cross stitch, which, did I talk about cross stitch last time?
I don't know, actually.
I have spent probably 9 hours now on this cross stitch, and it is, like, the size of my palm.
Yeah, and it looks pretty much the same as it did, like, a week ago.
Yeah. Mad respect to anybody who does cross stitch because, man, it is taken forever.
I wonder if, like, are all cross stitch things, like, that small? Like, can the stitches be bigger than that?
I mean, maybe there's, like, different scale, but I'm pretty sure they're all the same, like, thread.
That's crazy.
Width. Yeah.
Yeah, I have this little cross stitch, like, it's like a fairy that my great grandmother made a long time ago, and we have it hanging. Well, it's not hanging yet. We didn't get to that project today. That will be tomorrow. But it's gonna be hanging up in the girls' room, and it's very cute. But yeah, I had no clue what went into cross stitch.
Yeah, and this one, like, the fairy is maybe the size of your palm as well, like the full thing.
Yeah, I guess
like 6
probably
inches.
the actual, like, picture, or, like, the actual thread itself, the design itself is probably.
This one that I'm doing is, like, 9 by 13. So it's going to take me forever. So I'm doing it in short bursts.
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought the whole thing, like, so you're telling me it's going to be, like, this big thing.
It's the size of the full piece of fabric. And you have to move the embroidery hoop around to the part that you're working on.
That makes more sense, because I was like, how are you going to put those words on that tiny little thing? But I was like, I'm not going to question it. I'll see when it's done. I'm trusting the process. I had no idea.
Yeah.
It's going to take you forever.
I know. And I told a friend of the family, she's older. She was really excited about it, but
she's the one who gave it to you.
Yeah. She doesn't have the, like, first of all, the eyesight, but also the, like, fine motor skill,
right? The dexterity,
whatever, to be able to do it herself. Right. But she was so excited about it, and so I was like, oh, and she was just gonna give it to me. But then when I saw what the design was, like, definitely an old lady design, and I was like, I'm never gonna hang this in my apartment. So I was like, I'll just make it and give it to you. And she was so excited. She was like, really? So I can't bail. I have to finish it. So I'm trying to do it in very small bursts so that I don't burn myself out and hate it by the end.
Right.
And I'm rotating it around with, I'm doing crochet. I'm making little cactus pots with cactus in them out of crochet. And then I also made a shirt that I'm going to wear for the Super Bowl and any sporting event that I'm invited to going forward. It says, "Yay Sports, Go Team."
Yes.
Because I don't have like a team that I root for because I don't care.
Yeah.
So I made that shirt. I painted it. And then I also learned how to use my darning loom, which is like to make little patches on stuff out of embroidery floss. I bought a Yogi Bo cover on Facebook Marketplace and it had little holes in it, so I'm patching them up.
There you go.
Yeah, so and reading Assassin's Blade.
Yes.
I've just been rotating around all those projects because if I work on one of them for too long, my hands start cramping.
Yeah.
And then I have to change to a new one where my hands are in a different position.
Yes.
So that's been what I'm working on.
Well, there you go.
Snowed in.
There you go.
And then I make the mistake of picking up my phone and seeing everything that's going on. And I'm like,
yeah,
what am I doing here? Doing crafts?
Yeah.
How dare I just be having a little afternoon in the snowstorm while people are out there getting shot?
Literally dying, literally getting shot and being held in horrible detention centers and inhumane conditions and being terrorized in the streets and in their homes and in their workplaces and getting their children taken away and getting their parents taken away. Yeah. It's horrible out there, friends. Yeah. And, you know, when we set out to do this podcast, I remember in the first episode, we were like, you know, oh, we don't want to talk about current events. We don't want to depress anyone, you know.
Keeping it light, keeping it fun.
Right. Like, we're all bombarded with we all know what's going on, you know.
Right.
Like, we're all aware for the most part. I hope you're aware. If you're not, I fear for you. But also, I'm like, well, must be nice.
A little bit jealous?
Yeah. Like, must be nice to not have to worry about how things affect you or affect the people in your life, or like, must be nice to just be so ignorant and not care. But anyway, you know, yes, we want to be a place of light and joy, but the truth is, like, we can still talk about reality and talk about how it affects people and the world, and I think there's something to be said about taking a firm stance on things,
right?
And you know, just so there's no confusion, this podcast does not stand with this administration, and it does not stand with ICE and what they're doing, and we are actively rooting for its downfall. So, yeah. Down with ICE, free Palestine, go Patriots. Not that we care about sports, but they're technically the team that we're supposed to root for.
And they made it to the Super Bowl.
They made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Against all odds, from what I understand.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Whatever.
But yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I keep thinking about this quote that's I'm talking about like doing fun things in horrible times.
Yeah.
Bertolt Brecht was a German playwright, and he fled Nazi Germany and went basically into exile in Denmark. And then I think he eventually had to flee to the US, but he wrote a collection of poems while he was in Denmark called the Svenborg Poems. And there's a quote from one of them that I've been thinking about. "In the dark times, will there also be singing? Yes, there will be singing about the dark times."
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. It's just like, there have been so many poems written and songs written and just gut-wrenchingly, heartbreakingly sad things about what's going on right now. But how else are we supposed to cope?
Right. Right. Art is, not only is art like a way of coping, but art is, I would say, a form of protest also.
Oh,
it's like
absolutely.
Poetry, music, all of the things. Like, you know, that song that I sent you that I wrote, I wrote that a while ago.
Right. Yeah.
But I changed one of the lines about like, you know, you'll be safe if you don't resist, like, you know, which obviously that's not true, but that's what they all say. So, yeah. So I think that in times of hardship, in times of turmoil and evil and darkness and, you know, all of it, make your art, be with your friends, be with your community, call your senators. Also, that is some good news, is that our senators did release a statement saying that they would vote against the upcoming Homeland Security Appropriations Bill. So that's good. But, you know, like, do what you can when you can, but also, like, be with your community, be with your people, and cling to what you can to stay sane and stay safe. And,
Yeah, I saw a song, I think it was in Minneapolis, but it was a bunch of protesters singing a song, and it was just chilling because I was like, this is a scene from the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
This isn't real life.
Right.
Like, so disturbing. It gave me chills.
Yeah.
But I've also been seeing so many poems about, you know, gun violence and, you know, people getting shot and everything.
Yep.
There's one called For Alex Jeffrey Preddy, Murdered by ICE January 24th, 2026 by Amanda Gorman. We wake with no words, just woe and wound. Our own country shooting us in the back is not just brutality, it's jarring betrayal. Not enforcement, but execution. A message. Love your people and you will die. Yet our greatest threat isn't the outsiders among us, but those among us who never look within. Fear not the those without papers, but those without conscience. Know that to care intensively, united, is to carry both pain-dark horror for today and a profound, daring hope for tomorrow. We can feel we have nothing to give and still beloved this world waiting, trembling to change. If we cannot find words, may we find the will. If we ever lose hope, may we never lose our humanity. The only undying thing is mercy, the courage to open ourselves like doors, hug our neighbor, and save one more bright, impossible life.
That's so good.
Yeah, I got emotional.
Yeah, no, truly.
I just, our greatest threat isn't the outsiders among us, but those among us who never look within.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
Was the line that really got me.
Yeah. And I also really liked the line, oh gosh, where did it go? What was it? Oh, yeah. Know that to care intensively united is to carry both pain, dark horror for today and a profound, daring hope for tomorrow. And I just think, you know, daring to hope is
an act of rebellion.
It is.
Yeah.
And with my job and stuff, one of our key core values is the power of hope. And just obviously, you know, my job is in a helping profession with survivors of domestic violence and stuff like that. But I think it applies. Daring to hope for a better tomorrow is huge and is necessary, and it's also scary, and it takes bravery to do that, because when you are met with intense adversity, hoping feels foolish.
Oh, yeah. You feel like such an idiot.
Yeah. But the only way we're going to get through this if we continue to hope and we do not let them take it away from us. And hope with all ferocious energy and, you know, just putting all your will into fighting for tomorrow and fighting to hope and not letting them win by putting us in a state of hopelessness.
Right. I've been, ever since the new year, I've been reading, I have a chronological Bible that breaks down like what gives you stuff to read for each day of the year, so that you go through the whole Bible in a year.
Yeah.
And the stuff I was reading for the past few days is all from Job, when
heavy.
He's but I felt like it was relevant because it's all him being like, why is this happening to me?
Yes.
God, if you love me, how could you let this happen? And then all of his friends being like, well, it must be your fault.
Yeah.
And him just pushing back and being like, no, I'm sure God has a reason, but that doesn't mean I can't be angry.
Right.
It doesn't mean I can't feel rage and hopelessness and sorrow and just like deep aching loss for the things that are happening to me. And there was one part that it wasn't the hopeful part, you know, like he kind of has some ups and downs when he's like, you know, God will always be there for me, he will always bring me out of my trials, whatever. And those parts, I feel at certain points in my life have been uplifting, but the part that stuck out to me this time when I was reading it was the part where he was like talking about all of the bad things that were happening to him. So this is from Job 9. He made all the stars, the Bear and Orion, the Pleiades and the constellations of the southern sky. He does great things too marvelous to understand. He performs countless miracles. Yet when he comes near, I cannot see him. When he moves by, I do not see him go. If he snatches someone in death, who can stop him? Who dares to ask, what are you doing? And God does not restrain his anger. Even the monsters of the sea are crushed beneath his feet. So who am I that I should try to answer God or even reason with him? Even if I were right, I would have no defense. I could only plead for mercy. And even if I summoned him and he responded, I'm not sure he would listen to me. For he attacks me with a storm and repeatedly wounds me without cause. He will not let me catch my breath, but fills me instead with bitter sorrows. If it's a question of strength, he's the strong one. If it's a matter of justice, who dares to summon him to court? Though I am innocent, my own mouth would pronounce me guilty. Though I am blameless, it would prove me wicked.
Oof, yeah.
I read it and I just like... I kind of feel like this every time I look at the news, and I'm just like, if he is here, I cannot see him. If he snatches someone in death, who can stop him? Who dares to ask, what are you doing? I feel like a lot of us are asking that at this moment in history. Like,
there's a great deal of brokenness, like, and just like, what the heck? Like,
I know. Even if I were right, I would have no defense. I could only plead for mercy. I just feel like that's where I'm at. Like, with everything that's happening in the world, in America, in Ukraine, in Palestine, like, in Iran, Venezuela, like everywhere. Literally the whole world.
The whole world is in shambles. Like,
I find myself wondering, like, when is it gonna end? Like, what are we supposed to do? I don't know. So, not super uplifting, but that's where I'm at. I was just reading this and I was like, oof, that really hits close to home right now.
Absolutely.
Especially, like, I don't know, people who don't believe in God or like struggle to believe in God are always asking, like, if he were real, why would he let these bad things happen? And I don't know how I would answer that for the family of Alex Preddy, or any of the other people who have been horribly violated by what's going on.
I mean, like, I don't know how to answer that question in general. Like, I really don't. And everyone is like, oh, you know, we live in a fallen world, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know, like, the Christianese answer. Yes, I know all the answers. but I don't know the real answer. And I'm okay with not knowing, I guess, because like I know that at the end of the day, like no one can take God away from me. No one can take my Savior away from me. And, you know, yes, all of this bad stuff is happening. And in fact, a lot of it is happening and is being cheered on by the people who proclaim his name.
Right.
And I think that particularly is what is so hard for me about this.
That's the part that makes it the most exhausting.
Yes. And it makes it hard to even like pray or go to church or do these things, because I'm just like, okay, God, like there are people right now who are praying that like they want this, and they think that you want it too. So
because it's happening and they've prayed so hard for it,
right?
So then that must mean that God is answering their prayers,
right? Exactly. And so it's like, whereas I'm actively praying against it, and so I'm like, okay, we're praying the
in
completely
the
opposite things, exactly, allegedly to the same God. And so yeah, I don't know, I don't have answers, but all I know is that no one can take Jesus away from me, and that's the tea.
Yeah. Mic drop.
And I just think that, you know, like Jesus built tables for the oppressed and he flipped the tables of the oppressor. Like,
yeah.
And I will continue to resist and protest their version of him.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing getting me through, and just knowing like who the real Jesus is. But anyway, didn't mean to bring y'all to church today.
I watched a show last night. I just binged it. There's only like 7 or 8 episodes, and I just binged the whole thing. And I was weeping. I am not a person who cries at TV.
Yeah.
But it just really got me. And it felt so good to just like
have a cry.
Yeah, because it's like so much is going on, but none of it is directly affecting me, and so it doesn't really. It's not fully real,
right?
And I will admit that I purposely try to keep it that way, because if I let it really sink in, I will not be able to
crack.
Like, yeah, I will just like lose it.
Yes.
But so I was watching this, and it was really nice to like just have a cry at something that like wasn't real, wasn't actually happening.
Yes.
Had no consequences on my life, but just like to like let all of the emotions out of my body that have just been like stuck in there.
Yeah.
For so long. The show is called Tiny Beautiful Things.
I need to watch it.
And it was really good. But basically the premise is there's this woman whose life is completely falling apart. She is fighting with her husband, and her teenage daughter hates her, and she gets laid off from her job, all this stuff. And then she's a writer like by trade. And so her friend gets her a gig writing in an advice column. And she's like, fun. I am not qualified because my life's falling apart. But obviously it's like anonymous. So she just does it, and she's a really good writer, and they like do voiceover of some of the stuff that she writes, and they got me. It was really good. But there was one part that I wanted to share. So I did not write this. It's from the show.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote in saying that they had a 6-month-old, and they just found out that the 6-month-old had a brain tumor.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like, you know, I don't know what to do. Help me get through this hard time.
Yeah.
And she says the person signs their letter as terrified. So she addresses them, Dear Terrified. I can't tell you how sorry I am for what you and your family are going through. I'm sorry. When I learned my mom was going to die of cancer, she was only 45, and I was terrified too. I was also angry. If God wasn't going to save my mom, then I thought God was either a ruthless bitch or more likely just didn't exist. But if he does, I know he's not some spirit man who may or may not hear our prayers and swoop in to save us when the going gets rough. So what if we thought about God differently and realized that God isn't in the answers to our prayers, but in the people praying for us? What if together those people form a raft? that will hold your weight and keep you afloat by the human love given to you when you needed it the most. If I believed in God, I'd see evidence of his existence in that. So, what if you didn't worry about everyone's God and allowed your God to exist in the simple words of compassion others offer you? What if faith is the way it feels to lay your hand on your daughter's sacred body under the same big sky where your mother held you? What if, in your darkest hour, amidst your greatest fears and your deepest losses, you saw the miracle in that?
Dang.
I know. And like, to be fair, I do believe that God exists.
Yeah. But there's so much truth in that.
Right. Because we talk about all the time where like all you can do is help the people around you and the community that you have and like be there for people even when there's nothing you can do to fix their problems. You can just exist with them.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, this really like got me.
Well, and like to be fair, I think that concept again, like obviously yes, we do believe in God, but it is biblical. Like that concept is biblical. It literally says where two or more are gathered, he is there also.
Right.
Like, and so, you know, being with people, like God is there. God is in that. Yeah. Like,
and forming a raft to keep others afloat. Whew. Even when you have no idea what you're doing or like you recognize that, yes, the horrors exist and there's nothing you can do to change them in the moment. Mm-hmm. You can just keep each other afloat and that's all.
Yep.
I don't know. It really got me. I was weeping.
Yeah.
Ugly crying.
That's good. That's good.
And when we were talking about saying like people are actively praying to, in theory, the same God as us, asking for horrible things. The part that said, what if you didn't worry about everyone's God and allowed your God to exist in the simple words of compassion others offer you? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I was like, I don't have a lot of hope that I will ever convince somebody that the things they're praying for are not biblical.
Yeah. Or not Christ-like. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
All I can do is just show my God to other people.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
So.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a heavy few days.
It has. Few weeks, few months, year perhaps. Yeah. It's only been a year.
I know.
One.
I know.
We still have 3 more. Hopefully just 3.
I know.
But yeah, I saw something that made me laugh. It was sorry I didn't respond to your text from 3 weeks ago. I've been debilitated by the mundane cruelty of this world. I'm good. How are you? And that made me laugh because I'm just like, yeah, honestly, it's hard to like answer texts, emails, calls, etc. right now. Like I keep seeing my ever-growing to-do list just like continue to pile up, and I'm just like, longer. I physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually do not have any sort of capacity to do these things right now, or to, it's hard. But nevertheless,
I keep seeing lots of videos that are like being an American trying to do my corporate office job. And like people just like tippy tapping away at computers, answering emails, and then picking up their phone and being horrified by the horrors, and then trying to just go back to answering emails.
I know.
Like, what am I doing?
I know, truly. I'm just like, what is going on? And you know, I really liked that quote that you shared about the German guy who said,
singing in the dark times.
Singing in the dark times. And it's like, not only do we sing in the dark times and sing about like the bad stuff, but like we still joke, we still laugh. Like, you know, people still, like, human beings are so silly. We're just silly little guys, and we make our silly little jokes and we do our funny ha-has, and it's just, we
have to, because otherwise we will die.
Yes. Truly.
We will die of despair.
Truly. And like, do you know Bo Burnham?
Yes.
Okay. Did you watch his special Inside?
I've seen clips from it.
Okay. It's really good. We should watch it. But for those of you who don't know, Bo Burnham, he's a comedian, specifically like music based.
Right. It's very specific.
It is very specific. And he made a special called Inside, and it was during the COVID pandemic. And the whole thing is just like, how do we like kind of cope in these times? And he had like a song and it like he goes back and forth between like satirical and like serious, and so like the very first song it's just called Comedy, and it's just talking about how everything horrible in the world is happening. Like, I'll just read some of it. The people rising in the streets, the war, the drought. The more I look, the more I see nothing to joke about. Is comedy over? Should I leave you alone? 'Cause really, who's gonna go for joking at a time like this? Should I be joking at a time like this? I want to help to leave this world better than I found it, and I fear that comedy won't help, and the fear is not unfounded. Should I stop trying to be funny? Should I give away my money? No. What do I do? And then and then this part makes me laugh. Healing the world with comedy, indescribable power of your comedy. The world needs direction. And then he says, and that's like a voiceover, and then he says, the world needs direction from a white guy like me who is healing the world with comedy. And then he kind of goes on to like sing about you know, how he's white, and he's like, I'm special because I want to help the world to be a better place. He talks about Sandra Bullock in The Blind Side. It's very funny. But then like just the idea of like, should I be joking right now?
Right.
You know, and the concept of, you know, making jokes, making comedy, making art, feeling like this is stupid. What am I doing?
Right.
Like, and even thinking about doing this podcast, it's like, okay, what are we going to talk about today? Like we have to talk about the real stuff because like, like, that's all I have to say.
There is something to be said for like when you're doing comedy or satire, you know, you always want to, I forget what the phrase is, you want to what's the verb, not hit or like beat or like whatever, but you want to aim down or aim upward with your jokes and your satire at people who have more power than you, and people who are, you know, have more privilege and are not affected by the horrors. Because if you aim downwards, then you're just contributing to it. If you're just making jokes about people who are already oppressed and, you know, going through a hard time, then it's not funny. It's just like
horrible
piling on. Yeah. But, you know, if you're poking fun at the government or at white people or whatever, like the people who have power in society, then you're not harming anyone. Exactly.
Yes. In fact, we should be joking about those people and critiquing them at all times. So
because someone has to keep them accountable. Not to say that like comedy is going to do that necessarily, but like, you know, raising awareness through comedy in the broader society.
Well, because as humans, we respond to that. Like we respond to comedy, we respond to things that are artistic. I mean, there's a reason why like music is so moving, poetry, all of those things. Like, and people respond to that.
Speaking of which, are you excited for Bad Bunny to be in the Super Bowl?
I'm okay. Not only am I so excited for that, but also Green Day is doing like the opening ceremony or whatever. I'm so excited for that.
Did they televise that?
I believe so. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So we'll have to start watching early
Okay.
to watch the opening ceremony or whatever. So yeah, I'm so excited.
I want to make my cracked chicken dip.
Perfect.
I'm very pumped for that.
Very tasty. Very tasty. Yes, cracked chicken dip. We'll make some type of dessert, some type of fun little drink.
And for a few hours, forget about the horrors.
Yeah. Yes. And watch Bad Bunny. I heard that Bad Bunny will be wearing a dress, and I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, that's the tea. That's the tea. Yes. So yeah, I'm very excited.
What did that just make me think of? Oh, it made me think of, you said Bad Bunny wearing a dress. It made me think of the clip of that video that you sent me of, was it Trixie or Katya? I can never get them straight.
I don't know which video.
It was the one where she was talking about how she had a guitar player.
Oh, that was Trixie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Trixie Mattel, drag queen extraordinaire, in case you didn't know.
Look her up.
Yeah. Daytona sent me a video clip recently of her doing an interview, and she was talking about how she had a guitar player in her band at one of the shows she did who was a Christian and had a Bible that he carried around that had like sticky notes in it and highlighting and all this stuff. And she asked him, like, basically she was asking him, like, why are you so nice to me even though you're a Christian? Like, why are you not the same as all of the other Christians that I've encountered in the past who say horrible things to me and talk down to me and, you know, whatever, because I'm a drag queen. And he was like, just because I believe in God and the Bible doesn't mean that I believe the same things as all those other people.
Right.
And I was like, well, at least somewhere out there's one.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, totally. And I think that's great.
And someone who had the opportunity to talk to someone with such a big platform, and then that conversation made its way out there into the internet.
Yeah.
I have to believe that will do something.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly.
Yeah.
But like that someone will see that and be like, oh, maybe God doesn't think I'm disgusting.
Yes.
Like,
yes. Yeah. Maybe God doesn't hate me.
Yeah.
Maybe this God is worth exploring. Like, you know. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I want to be that guy, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Like I want my interactions in my life to have such a big impact on someone, like that they will still be thinking about it years after it happened.
Yes. And it's like, I want to be a safe place for people. And,
right.
And truthfully, I think, you know, when we set out to do this podcast, thinking about like, what do we want it to be like? What sorts of things do we want to bring up? How much do we want to reveal about ourselves, about our beliefs, about our, you know, not politics, but like, you know, human rights, right. And thoughts on that.
Thoughts on current events.
Yeah. And I think it's important to show that like we believe in God, but not like that.
Yeah. Not in the way that makes people feel unsafe.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think it's all it all has to be worth something, right? So
this was a nice segue into the next installment of Don'ts for Husbands.
Oh.
Because it's talking about politics.
Oh.
Don't expect your wife to hold the same views as yours on every conceivable question. Some men like an echo, it is true, but it becomes very wearisome in time. Don't hesitate to talk politics with your wife. Many men are satisfied to believe that women don't understand politics. Why don't they? Because they never have a chance to crystallize their beliefs by thrashing out questions of public interest in argument with men who have studied them. Encourage your wife to read and talk of political matters. Never mind if she sees things quite differently from you. Let her form her own views and express them. Preach.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But
it's
not
true.
Just your wife, like literally anyone.
Anyone. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Did you see the post
on the community page?
On the community page. Okay, so for the listeners, obviously we've had Snowmageddon, Snowpocalypse, whatever.
Yeah.
And someone posted on our community Facebook page, anyone out there that would plow me? and the comments were priceless. Like, someone was like, what did they say? They said, the first person said, that's what she said. The other person said, might have better luck on some dating app. There were so many. Like, there was one that was like, maybe you should ask your wife or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I didn't comment this, but I said it in my mind, like, buy me dinner first.
Yeah. But I was just thinking, like, the person who wrote that is probably like some 70-year-old woman.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely
old. She's reading
old.
all the comments being like, what are these people talking about? I don't understand. Like, maybe you should ask your wife. And her being like, a wife? What?
Yeah, it's definitely an old person, because like it was all lowercase and no punctuation,
exactly.
Which means they're either Gen Z or 75.
I don't think a Gen Z person would be posting. Not only would they not make that mistake, but they also wouldn't post on the community page asking for someone to plow.
No. So yeah, no. I just thought funny. That was hilarious. It was a nice little laugh for me today.
Speaking of a nice other laugh, I saw a thing. It's a picture of one of those signs on the highway where they can like program what it says.
Yes.
And it says winter weather conditions, use caution. And the person that posted a picture of it was like, normally in my state these signs say watch out for ice. And they can't even put that on the sign because then everybody will make memes about them.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very funny.
Yeah, it's true.
So you read This Is Girlhood.
Yes, I did read
book.
This Is Girlhood. It was very good.
Yes,
there were moments where I got emotional.
Yeah.
And Michaela gave it to me, and it was her copy. And she had written like sticky notes in it of like people in her life that different poems reminded her of. And there were so many that said my name.
I told you.
And I felt very loved.
It was basically like the book was written about you.
And yes. And then the one where you wrote, there were a couple where you wrote your husband's name, and I was like, oh, adorable. So, yes.
Yeah. You were so right, though. It does feel like you're reading somebody's diary.
Yes.
Like reading it. I 100% recommend this book.
Truly.
5 stars.
And like all of the references, like cultural references and stuff, I was like, oh, this person is like
my age.
Yes.
Yes. They lived through the same era.
Yes. Whereas like the other poetry book we read, it was like, oh, this person is like 17. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not to say that 17-year-olds can't write poetry.
For us.
Yeah, it wasn't as relatable. And so it's like talking about Instagram stories in high school, and I was like, well, Instagram did not have stories when we were in high school, whereas this person was like,
I don't even think was really a thing yet.
Yeah, I mean, Instagram, it was definitely a thing, but it wasn't as big as it is now, because it was literally, it was just pictures. Like, I think Facebook was more popular, and Snapchat and Facebook. I was on those much more than I ever was on Instagram. I'm on Instagram probably more now. But back then I was not.
This Is Girlhood by Janae Cecilia.
Highly recommend.
This is an unsponsored plug.
Yeah, it was very good. And tell the homies you love them.
Yes,
that was absolutely. My review.
That's the takeaway.
Yeah.
What would you like to say, Kat?
Nose booped the microphone and got some purring. Hopefully it picked it up.
If it didn't, you can just cut that part out.
Yeah.
He GoPro is so loud though. It's like a lawnmower.
Yeah. I can hear from all the way over here.
Yeah. Sometimes it's so loud that like we're trying to watch a show and is distracted.
Hush.
All right. So to close us out, I have some poems that are relevant to current events.
Perfect.
The first one is called Are You an American Mother? It's by Moms Who Write, which is a page on Facebook. I couldn't find the name of the actual person.
Mm.
If love doesn't feel like something you carry instead of something that carries you. If the news doesn't stick to your clothes after you swear you won't read it again. If you don't do the math on headstones without knowing you're doing it. If you haven't already pictured exactly how you'd reach your child in a lockdown. If you don't quietly gauge the politics of every house your kid walks into. If you haven't watched the price of safety climb while your paycheck stays the same. If 8 weeks postpartum didn't feel less like a return and more like an eviction. If you've never paused mid-sentence because there are truths your kid can't hold yet. If you don't think about the wars you fund or the children who eat better at school than anywhere else, then you're living in a country I've never seen.
That's good.
Yeah, very sad, but
very.
It's real.
It is. And I feel that mothering in the current state of things is very scary and very hard.
Yeah.
And awful. So.
What was the thing you said? Like the worst part about postpartum is the fascism.
Oh yeah, yes. I saw those. Yeah. Because, I am currently 9 months postpartum, which is very exciting. And we're almost to the year mark, folks.
Yeah.
And oh, what a glorious day that will be.
We need to throw a party.
Oh, we are throwing a party.
Making a cake.
I want everyone to dress up. I want it to be one of those things where it was like wear something that you couldn't wear anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like and so like wear a prom dress. I'm gonna go to the Savers when we go for my birthday. I'm going to try and find just an absolute banging dress.
Yes.
And it could be somebody's whole prom dress. So, who knows? But anyway,
now that we have to travel far and wide to go to the thrift store, might as well go big or go home.
Go big or go home. Yes. So anyway, yes, the hardest thing about postpartum this time around has been the fascism.
Yeah. Okay, the second poem is also from that same page, Moms Who Write. It's called Addendum to 1 Corinthians. I don't think love is always kind. I don't think love is always patient. I do believe love is always faithful, but it does not belong on an altar. That space is crowded already. It is not patriotic. You cannot hold it or this country's hand. It does not rest in obedience. It does not flicker in the darkest hours or in a servant's heart. It is not in this administration, and it was not much to speak of in any other. It dresses itself like heaven so the poor does not revolt. It dresses itself like you so you can feel purposeful. It dresses itself like religion so your hatred can feel brave. But it is really the child of the immigrant father, the one you separated, pinned to the ground, caged, stole. And love is still waiting where you left the child. Oof. I know.
Wow.
This page, I think, is mothers who have felt very affected by everything that's going on, and they're using poetry and writing prose and whatever to cope.
Yeah.
And so there's been a lot of their stuff that's popping up that I was like, I need to share this because it just feels like it might help somebody / shake somebody out of a complacent ignorance.
I hope so.
Yeah. I don't know. Especially because it was called Addendum to 1 Corinthians. I was like, ooh, we calling out the homies.
Yeah.
We calling out the homies over here.
Absolutely. No, that's very good. That's very good.
So if that was your poem, write us. yappinespod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Instagram.
At yappinespod. Yes. Well, stay safe out there, friends. Stay warm, and
Hope you survived the snowpocalypse.
Yeah. Yep. And we'll catch you next time.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.